Hey, what's up, guys? Josh here, and it's time to go over some new picks. So I got a mystery package today from DatGameCollector, which I'm going to go through first. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and go through everything else that was picked up this week. Kind of a slim week, not a ton of stuff, but some good stuff, I think. So I don't know if I should just go ahead and start with the package I got from DatGameCollector or maybe some of this PS4 stuff. Oh, man. Well, is something missing here? No, actually, I'm not 100% on that. So, first up, I did get this in at the P.O. box today from DatGameCollector. I don't know what's in here. I have some big understanding that's going to be games. Hey, what's up, man? How goes it? Is it warm today, I hope, in New York? Surely. So, yeah, I believe there are, I think, PS1 games in here, but DatGameCollector did not tell me exactly what was in here. So I'm very curious to see. And I think he was a little bit distraught because he was like, well, I sent this over for Way Back Wednesday, and then you stopped doing Way Back Wednesday. But I'm still going to be doing I'm still going to be doing retro games. I'm just not going to be calling it Way Back Wednesday. So it's not a total wash. And DatGameCollector, if you're watching or if you see this after the fact, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. I will put that out on Twitter later. But for right now, let's see what's actually in here. Little note on top. See. Yeah. Hey, Josh, I was sending you these PS1 games Way Back Wednesday videos, but sadly you decided to cancel those. Either way, hope you don't have any of these PS1 games. Enjoy these. They're all pretty fun. DGC. Dude, thank you so much. And I promise I will absolutely enjoy them, especially because I am... now I have a PS3 that's backward compatible, so I can play those. And apparently I didn't realize this. Are all PS3 systems backward compatible with PS1 games? Because he had said that to me, and I had no idea. Actually, this light's a little bright. Should I kill this? Nah, it's all right. I can be overexposed to this. So let's see what we got here. He packed these really well. There's bubble wrap all over the place. All right. So from the top, a Metal Gear Solid. Thank you so much. I appreciate. I'm a huge fan of the Metal Gear Solid series, and it's got the instruction manual in and everything, which is absolutely fantastic. And Jeff Diehard, you know I'm a big fan of Metal Gear, and thank you again also for the Legacy Collection, sir. I'm hoping soon with the PS3, but yeah, Metal Gear, huge fan. Twisted Metal 3, which I never had. I did not get to play Twisted Metal until Twisted Metal Black, so I'm definitely pumped to check this one out. And I'm assuming that the first one was pretty, like most games, I'm assuming the first one would like kind of establish the foundations, and then subsequent entries probably improve that experience. So I'm definitely excited to see what it was doing by the time we got to the third entry. Not another game collector. What's up, man? How goes it? Do anything amazing today? And also Twisted Metal 2, so apparently I can kind of look at the progression of the series since he went ahead and threw 2 in there as well, which is awesome. Thank you so much. Midway presents Arcade's Greatest Hits, the Atari Collection, which apparently includes Asteroids, Battlezone, Centipede, Missile Command, one that I think it's Super Breakout, and also Tempest. So that's pretty awesome to have basically a collection here. And this thing, I do love collection type games. One of the other ones I was looking for whenever I was still very committed to doing Genesis games every Wednesday was the 6-in-1 pack, which I thought would be kind of a cool thing. But then, we've had multiple Genesis collections, so that was obviously very helpful too. Nickelodeon's Rocket Power Team Rocket Rescue. Is this from... Now, see, that's the thing. I can't speak to this really because I think this cartoon was after... I think I'm too old to remember this, probably. Can somebody tell me which cartoon this is? Because I don't honestly remember, because this would have been afterwards. But if you say it's fun, sir, I will absolutely give it a shot. And it looks to be very similar, I guess, sort of like Tony Hawk, maybe? Because it looks like you can skate. It looks like you can snowboard. There's BMX biking in this. So if you say it is fun, sir, especially since I was a fan of the Tony Hawk series, especially the ones on PS1 and Dreamcast, I'm sure I will absolutely enjoy it. What? Almost dropped that one open. The original Gran Turismo, which I've never played. And here's the thing, like, I know that these have always been sort of like showcases for what Sony was able to do with their hardware. And since I've never actually played one, I'll be pretty excited to check this out simply because, I mean, normally like racing games are not something that I actively seek out, but there are exceptions to that. And I wonder if this is going to be one of them, because I also do like the Forza series for basically striking a balance, I think, between like, I guess a true racing simulator and arcade. But yeah, I've never played the original, man, so thank you so much. Siphon Filter, which I actually do have this, but still, this is an absolute classic, and I'm sure, if I find somebody else who's never played this game before, I would absolutely, pass it on to them, because I had a lot of fun with this series on the PlayStation, and actually, I have a fondness for it because it was, I can't remember if it was Siphon Filter 1 or 2, but one of those was one of the games that I got with my very first PlayStation, because I got the PlayStation late in its life cycle, not right there at the beginning, because the PlayStation 1 turned the tide for me, right? I was very strictly a Nintendo kid, and I was still holding it like, no, Nintendo 64 is amazing, it's the best, and PlayStation 1 finally stole my attention away with offerings like Tenchu and Silent Hill. J-Love, what's going on? How are you today? I have the original GT, a classic. Right on, man. I used to collect for the PS1. I sold mine last year. Why'd you sell it, man? Were you just tired of collecting for it? Doom. Oh, that's great. It says custom PlayStation edition. Over 50 hellish levels, 2-player deathmatch, and competitive modes with the link cable. And I don't know that I have any link cable capable games for the PS1, so that's pretty interesting. But yeah, also, complete, which I would not expect anything less from that game collector. But yep. It was a good copy of Doom. And truthfully, I don't think I have a single version of the original Doom in my collection anywhere. I mean, I wouldn't mind having the one for Super Nintendo, even though I don't know that was necessarily the best version of it. But that was like, again, it's one of the first-person shooters ever, and one that, I grew up playing on PC. So very cool to finally have it for console also. Kinda, and so I could focus on my PSP collecting. Oh, right on, I gotcha. Top Spot, what's going on, dude? Awesome port of Doom. That's very encouraging, Top Spot. I'm glad to hear it. I've got Area 51 for PS1 still. Oh, that's another game. I didn't play it on PC. I played it in the arcade because my Cinemark Movies 10, which was the movie theater that I went to growing up in Ashland, Kentucky, they had an Area 51 arcade machine in the lobby, so I used to always want to play that as soon as we went to the movies. Cool Borders 4, and now I've never played a Cool Borders game, but I do like snowboard games, but the ones that I grew up, because again, I kind of went from the N64 into the PS1 late in its life cycle. The snowboarding games that I grew up playing would have been 1080 degree snowboarding, and to a lesser degree Snowboard Kids, which I have 1080 degree over there. That I do still have for the N64, but I still need to find a copy of Snowboard Kids someday. So maybe whenever I come down to the Southeast Game Exchange, I'll find a copy of it there, Jim. I don't know. Uncle Strange, what's going on? And Chris 16-bit, how is the new house, man? Everything working out well? I have not had a chance to watch your video yet, but I'm so happy that I can inspire you to put kooky lighting in there, and I should be able to check it out tonight. Been sort of a long day. I went to Korg's today, which I had not planned on going to because basically for my job, I had basically an install that I had to help a customer with. So since I had to do like networking stuff this morning from about 6:30 until almost 1, whenever I realized what time it was, I was like, you know what, Korg's is still going on for a few hours. I might be able to swing by for a few minutes. Went over there and hung out with Muzz from Level 1 Games. Darren was there from Warp Zone. Gamester81 was there, and I picked up a copy of his physical SNES game, which, I'll probably do a dedicated video to those pickups because I'm not going to show those ones here. But he actually signed it for me, which I thought was really very sweet of him. That dude is super passionate about games as well. I spent a few minutes talking to him, and like that dude's just nuts about it. It was very, very cool. I did the opposite, traded my PSP. I didn't enjoy it as much as Nintendo handhelds. PSP made me motion sickness. That's unfortunate. I thought that the 3DS would give you motion sickness more than the PSP, Jim. I never played it. Let's see. No. Sorry, I'm just making sure I didn't miss anything. Chris says, all settled in. Thanks. Gaming room is coming together nicely. Dude, I have no doubt. Your gaming room was impressive in your last place, man. I'm doing good, Uncle Strange. I'm glad you were able to swing by, dude. I'm hoping to go thrift shopping next week, and maybe I'll find some good stuff. Yeah, I haven't really found anything amazing thrift shopping yet, but I still keep going back occasionally, looking at like there's like a Salvation Army not too far away from me. Chris Levi, what's up, dude? How goes it? It was good to catch you playing some Borderlands the other night. I hope your voice is doing better, man. I know you were a little haggard there for a minute. I never used my 3D feature. Yeah, I didn't either. I just turned it off. I went to get that game Gamester81 made. Once it called again. Yeah, Sydney Hunter. Yeah, and it was so cool that he was willing to sign it for me. And the thing that, well, let me look at this last pickup, and I'll tell the story of talking to Gamester today. But Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, which I absolutely adored. So I could not be happier to have this in my collection because it was one that I would love to have back in it. So, huge thanks to DatGameCollector for sending. How many did he actually send here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He sent me 10 PS1 games, which is absolutely amazing. And dude, if you're watching, I've got something coming to you soon. And I know you keep asking me, what is it? But I won't spoil the surprise entirely. I already gave away too much. I told him it was a Wii U game. And that it was not in a particularly big box, and I don't want to spoil it because that dude has so many games that I'm worried that by process of elimination he's going to figure out the surprise that I have coming to him. It's good. My voice is better. Awesome, man. I'm glad to hear it, dude. I'm in the minority. My 3D slider is always max. I mean, it was a novel thing, right? I couldn't stand it for long periods of time. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater and Cool Waters, all the extreme games. Yeah, there were a ton of them in there. Awesome. Die Hard Gamer says, wow. Yeah, totally. Oh, so Gamester 81, right. So Sydney Hunter, I had heard about this game, and I hadn't had a chance to pick it up, and I didn't realize he was going to be a guest at Korg's, and he was sort of set up there at the table. And not only that, but there's a sequel to that coming out, and it's coming to the Switch in August. And he actually had a demo unit. It was basically like I guess it would be a beta, but he had a Nintendo Switch set up and was letting people play the sequel to Sydney Hunter, and I got to spend some time with it, and it was a lot of fun. I mean, it's sort of a platformer. I mean, obviously, like Sydney has a whip and everything, but he definitely tried to, blend some Castlevania elements in there, and that becomes very apparent as soon as you start playing it. But he also sort of went in depth about some of the things you'd expect from some of the dungeons, some of the levels in that game, which I told him I wasn't going to spoil it or anything, but I did get to basically dig around in the debug menu a little bit and skip around some of the dungeons and content in that game while I was talking with him. And it looks like a lot of fun, man. And the thing that really came through most to me was that his passion is just unending for, basically old school games and making sure that he gets it right with, rightfully so, a game that he's working on. But the copy of Sydney Hunter that I bought from him while I was there, and Muzz bought a few copies as well, the thing was the box was sort of dinged up, like the side of it had like a little bit of a hole in it. And here's the thing, I like having, if I can keep a box nice, I will obviously try to do that. But if something's a little beat up, doesn't really bother me much. It's not something where I'm just like, gonna look to resell it or have something graded or anything like that. And he was like, well, this is the last one we have. And I was like, that's cool. I was like, I'll buy it. He was like, well, it's sort of damaged though. I was like, that's fine. I don't care if it's damaged. I'm just happy to support the game. I think it'll be kind of a cool thing to have in my collection because I made 2,000 copies of that game. And he tried to knock basically like $20 off of it for me, and I was like, you don't need to do that. And he was like, well, the box is inked up. I would feel better charging you less for it. So that was a very cool thing of him. I like that he's so committed to a quality product and experience for his customers and people that are going to enjoy that game that he was willing to basically insist on it. So very cool. Gamester 81 will probably never watch this, but it was a great time meeting him. Castlemania, what's up, man? How you doing? Trying to back up. I'm with you, Top Spot. Love the 3D feature. 3D has always been a fascination for me. Yeah, I mean, again, a novel feature, and I'm not going to say there weren't games that I didn't enjoy with it. Like Mario 3D Land comes to mind, but it was something that I rarely would have kept enabled for long periods of time. Appreciate everyone who came to my stream the other night. I got my first donation, almost broke 400 subs. Bubby Larry from Canada has a PS2. I might be getting it next week. So yeah, that's awesome, man. I know you've been hunting one down. The Sydney Hunter game looks really cool. Are you going to stream it soon? Yeah, I probably will stream it because I mean I've been looking for, and that's the thing. I want to see if it works on the Super NET. I would assume that it does. Like I had, I mean, I guess I could also do it with the Retron. The thing is, like, I really like the Super NET for purist reasons and having a rock solid machine that I know is going to play like every Super NES card imaginable, or at least for the most part. And if there's tiny inconsistencies or things they've missed, then they can fix that with firmware updates. But the thing I like about the Retron is the fact that I can do save states and everything very easily because that's an emulation machine. That's better for me for streaming because you guys have watched. Well, I'm not particularly great at a lot of the games that I play. To be fair, there were a lot of Genesis games that I didn't grow up playing, so I didn't have a ton of familiarity with them. So I really couldn't establish, or I guess, spend a lot of time getting great at those games. But nonetheless, I think for streaming, if you have the, when I was streaming the Sega Genesis Ultimate Genesis Classics collection, I actually think I have it here. It's somewhere. But whenever I streamed that the other night, I mean, that was great. The ability to just rewind really quickly without having to, save state and all that, that was super handy. How's everyone in the chat? Remember to like the stream. Yes, please do like the stream if you like it. If you don't, that's cool. Just dislike it. That's fine too. Mom, thanks for coming out. I'm glad you. Oh yeah, my mom found some games for me today. She was out yard sailing and she sent me a picture of some DS, and she found Professor Layton in the Curious Village for DS loose, which is unfortunate, but for $1. You can't go wrong with that. Didn't realize it was a limited release. I mean, maybe it's not, but I thought I saw on the site that said they were only doing 2,000 of them. I'll have to double check. I mean, to be fair, I didn't do a lot of in-depth research. on that rhyme, but I can try to find out. Hey, J-Love, the NT, it does work on that. That's what I played it on. Okay, awesome. Yeah. Yes, it was. My Vita collection is getting pretty decent. I've got over 20 games, most CIB. Right on, man. I think I've got about 10, 12, but actually I will go ahead and say I did pick up one PS Vita game this week, and that was Freedom Wars, because I'd heard good things about it, and whenever I looked it up online, it looks like the prices were going to 13, 14 bucks, but I found it at GameStop for like 7, so I was like, I'll give this a shot. They said it was actually sort of a similar experience to Monster Hunter World, or well, I guess I should just say Monster Hunter, probably not Monster Hunter World, but it's looked to be pretty stylish, and apparently reviewed fairly well, and I figured I would give it a shot and sort of roll the dice on that one. So Freedom Wars for the Vita. Hello, Player 2's mom. Yes, she is around. Professor Layton is a classic. Yeah, and I remembered liking it when I first had it, and I had since traded it in. Speaking of which, the other thing that I got at GameStop, I did not pay for this. They apparently just had these laying around, but they gave me a Lofty keychain from Ni no Kuni 2. I don't have Ni no Kuni 2 yet, but they were like, do you want this? I was like, sure. So they gave me a keychain, which I thought was very nice of them. They didn't have to do that. Is the Retron or the NT that will let you back up your cartridge saves, or both? I do not think the NT does it, but the Retron, it does save state on the Retron. Yeah, sorry, I blanked out there for a minute. Have some running around to do. Have a great Saturday, everyone. You too, J-Love. You take care, and appreciate you stopping by. Freedom Wars is pretty decent. I hope so, man. Now, this game I know will be very decent. And technically, I didn't need to buy this to play it because I do have the Super NES Classic Edition, but interestingly, I ended up getting this for $10, and that is Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, right? And the weird thing is, I bought it on eBay from somebody, and I won the auction for like, I think it was like $21.50 or something like that I won it, and the guy didn't ship it out, or I thought something went wrong with the shipping, so I contacted him. I was like, hey man, I was like, did you already ship that out? Because I never got a confirmation or anything. He was like, dude, he's like, I'm so sorry that I completely, something went wrong with our shipping process. I didn't get it out to you. He's like, I'm going to refund you $10. So I ended up basically getting, Zelda for like I guess it would be like $11, but still not bad. I think that game normally goes for about 25 or 30. Hello, Die Hard. I saw the Funko Pops on Ni no Kuni 2. I did not see that. Nice score. Yeah, it wasn't bad at all. Next up, I got some more modern stuff that I picked up. And so don't judge me too harshly, because this game certainly has connotations associated with it. But it looked like a fun summertime game, and I couldn't help myself because it included a soundtrack. And I don't really see boxes like this too often for PlayStation 4 games, but I did pick up Cinema Kagura Peach Beach Splash. Now, Sean cautioned me against this because he said, the online sort of a ghost town right now. It's not the best game anyways to begin with. And I looked at some of the reviews, and the AI does look pretty not great. But the fact that it came with the art book and the soundtrack, I was like, you know what? I'll roll the dice on this. I've never had a game like this before. Maybe it's actually pretty decent. Plus, again, seasonal gamer, right? This seems, what could be more summertime than, okay, it's only girls. There's not, I can't even say people here. But, Blast themselves with Super Soakers. It just seems like good, moderately clean fun, I think, so. Anyone play Stardew Valley for the Vita? It's cross-buy for the PS4. No, sir, I play that on the Switch. Although I wish I could have had a physical copy for it. That would have been preferable, but, can't have everything. Carlsberg says, my lady, have you seen what's in the mystery package? Yes, I did, and I will show it to you right now, because I can read those back pretty quickly. That Game Collector sent these to me, Carly. And first off, how's your day been? Are you feeling better? I saw that you were in some pain yesterday. I hope that kind of went away, but... yeah, he sent me 10 PS1 games, including Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, Cool Borders 4, Doom, Siphon Filter, Gran Turismo, Rocket Power, Team Rocket Rescue, Arcade's Greatest Hits, the Atari Collection 1, Twisted Metal 2 and 3, and Metal Gear Solid. So, pretty phenomenal selection of PS1 games, and ones that he said he had a lot of fun playing. He thought that I would enjoy them as well. Again, he thought that I was going to end Wayback Wednesday, and that's true. I did sort of end Wayback Wednesday, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to stream retro games. I absolutely will. I'm just not going to call it Wayback Wednesday anymore. So next up, and I got this actually to play with my other game collector because he wanted to stream it, and that's 7 Days to Die for the PS4. And as I understand it, it's sort of like you have 7 days to, I guess, build up your defenses, and then a zombie horde approaches, right? And I don't know like how well this game reviewed or anything, but the fact that, Adrian wanted to play it was enough for me. And he was like, hey, would you be interested in playing it? And I was like, yeah, that sounds fun. So Yeah, dude. As far as playing Sunday, because I did see your tweet, I just didn't get a chance to respond to it yet. I should be able to play a little bit in the afternoon. I think I'm going to go see that movie Upgrade tomorrow with my buddy Ben tomorrow evening. But I'm hoping I will have some time tomorrow afternoon. So if that works for you, man, let's play. Let's do it. What's up, Carly? And I'm glad you know how to spell her name, Die Hard, because I totally screwed that up the other day. Frozen Gamer, have you played Mario Tennis Aces? No, I see the demo floating around. I saw Abaddon playing it, I think it was last night. I do want to play it because I traditionally do like the Mario sports games just because they're fun and they're arcadey and not traditional sports. But I have not grabbed it myself yet, but I'm interested in it for sure. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3, that was my jam, right? Wow, what a great gift. Congrats to you. Thank you. I pulled some neck muscle a little better today. Oh, well, I'm glad you're feeling better today, man. That's awesome. Listening to Wii Shop Bling. They put Drake's Hotline Bling to Wii Music. It's amazing. Posting it on Twitter. Yeah, I'll have to check that out, Carly. It's fun. Play it before it's over. When does it end, Frozen Gamer? So next up, here's the thing. It's another sort of summertime feeling game, right? And that was, I did pick up they actually dropped this in price at Best Buy, and that was the Burnout Paradise remaster. And the thing I loved about this game was its sheer aimlessness, right? I mean, it's fun, it's fast, it's aggressive, and then they sort of retextured everything to give it more of an HD look, right? Because the game was really good on the 360 when I played it, and I expect that it's going to be really good and extremely fast and fun now. But the fact that you could sort of pick and choose whatever you want to do at any given time, and it made it sort of like an adventure type racing game, which I thought was really interesting. So I did go ahead and pick this up because I think it was like $15-20 after the Gamers Club Unlocked discount. Love the Tony Hawk Pro Skater games. Played them on the original Xbox the most. Oh, right. Yeah, for me, it was the PlayStation 1, and then to a lesser degree, I think I played one of them on the Dreamcast, but I'm not 100% either. Well, I have to get going. Have a good evening, everyone, later. All right, see you, man. You take care. And next up, this was also recommended to me by another game collector. I actually saw him play it a little bit on his channel, and it was weird because I was like, man, I like that, but I really wish it's probably hard to find. But then Muzz came through, as he frequently does, because I basically went over to Level 1 Games the other day. I was like, hey, man, is there any chance that you have Skyforce? And he totally did have a copy of Skyforce, the limited run copy, still new, still sealed. And that's the thing. It does not have online co-op, sadly, but I thought this would be a fun game to play with Sean, or maybe CM Retro whenever he gets around to coming over. As a shooter, it looked like it just had style for days, and it has sort of a progression and upgrade system, which I thought was really nice. So I'm excited to play this, and it's pretty cool to have another limited run game in my collection also. This would be limited run number 116. So, yeah, Skyforce Anniversary will be the next one. And then a couple of Switch games. Well, let's see. Wait. Bye, Die Hard. That reminds me, gonna download Tennis. Oh, Classic Tech. What's up? How goes it, sir? Thanks for coming by again. Appreciate you coming out to the stream. Josh, I wanted to give you a Steam game, but it would price difference makes it so I can't gift you or something. There's an awesome rhythm game on sale for 64 cents. Yeah, shoot it to me on Twitter or just, just get at me on there and I will do that. So thought that counts, I guess. Steam blocked. Yeah, I appreciate the gesture. That's very cool of you, but what are you going to do? It's what you get for being in Canada, Carly. Next up, I did go ahead and pick up the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection, which would be my second Street Fighter for the Switch. But man, I played this just a little bit at the office the other day, which sounds weird. I probably should have been working at the office. But it has so many Street Fighters. That's Street Fighter, the original Street Fighter, Street Fighter 2. Let's see, what else did I have? The World Warrior. Was that Champion? Well, I had Super Street Fighter 2, the new Challenger, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Street Fighter Alpha 1, 2, and 3, Street Fighter 3, the new generation, Street Fighter 3 Second Impact, and Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. So there's a lot of Street Fighters on here. And I am garbage at most of them. Although, Street Fighter 2 Turbo was the one that I played the most growing up. But it just seemed like such an amazing collection. And the thing I liked about each one of them as I dug around in the menu a little bit is it sort of gives you some history and insight into what the difference between each version is. Because anybody who, is familiar with Street Fighter knows there's about a bajillion versions of Street Fighter at any given moment. They just make so many of those games. But it's sort of interesting sort of reading about the nuance and the difference in the mechanics, or, basically what drove the decision for them to release them in each year that they did. A lot of Street Fighter action. Yes, lots and lots. And finally, I feel like I'm missing something here, but I'm not sure. I did pick up Owlboy because I know that a lot of people have already played this. and I think it actually came out last year. But I was happy to see a physical release come out for it. Now, there is a limited release for this, and I think they're only going to do like 5,000 or 6,000 units on it. It's on Amazon. Looks to be a big, crazy collector's edition. I'm not really sure everything that's in it, but it does look like it's in like a giant, very nice book sort of case, which looks interesting. So I don't know if I want to pay that much for it, but, you know, I've heard it's just an absolutely phenomenal game, and after, you know, looking at the trailer and the R4 and everything, it seemed like something that I would definitely enjoy. Does it play okay with the Joy-Con? No, it plays horribly with the Joy-Con. I can tell you that from experience. If you try to use the buttons on the left Joy-Con for this game, it is an exercise in futility. Now, I'm sure there are more skilled players out there that can do more damage with that left Joy-Con. I am not one of them, sir. I will tell you the Pro Controller works fantastic. That's great. But the other, yeah, not so much. Not very great. So, and actually, hold on. Oh, I think that's what I forgot. I know what it is. I forgot. Oh, no, where'd I put it? Which, technically, I already streamed this the other day, but I forgot the Sega Genesis Classics collection, which really was just a great way to get like 50 different titles. I think a lot of you were in that stream the other night. And it's a really cool interface. Like, it's like basically like a 90s kid's bedroom, and, you know, you can sort of change the time of day there. It's got really nice rewind and fast forward functionality in it. You know, as far as like game collections go, this is one of the better ones, I think. Now, I can't speak to the quality of all of the games because I only played maybe half a dozen, maybe a dozen the other night, sort of a sampler, I guess. But I mean, it seems like there were a lot of pretty classic Genesis titles on there, so I would definitely recommend checking it out. Castlemania grabbed Owlboy regular version though, no book. Yeah, that was sort of disappointing, right? Because the thing, like, when you look at, let me grab this from last week, like Runner 3, right? I picked this up because I thought it would be fun. And it came with like a mini soundtrack sampler, and then it came with like a light up keychain of the character, which is great. And it came with a color instruction booklet. Like anytime I see an Icalis release, man, like I'm all about it just because I know they're gonna go the extra mile to try to put goodies in there. And as I understand it, you know, I guess Owlboy was in development for quite a while, but you know, it's sort of disappointing, right? You just open up and nothing. I mean, even Capcom's throwing in a screen cleaner these days. Smash, what's up, man? How goes it? Have you had a delightful Saturday? Holy howdy crowd, yes, spotted a Chris 16-bit. Yes, he appears from time to time. Nice stuff you're playing. Yeah, it was a pretty good week. And then I'll do the Korg stuff probably on a separate video, but you know, that was pretty great. And I would say the highlight of that was I met some very cool artists there who did some very interesting things, one of which I will showcase whenever I actually put that video together. Gamester 81, really cool, really down to earth dude. It was nice meeting him, and it was very cool of him to sign that for me, which I thought was neat. You're running a marathon today? Wow, awesome. Wait, what? Oh, Superhero Game Squad. Hey, what's up? I didn't see you guys pop in either. About to do a marathon, stop by to say hello. Ah, okay. I'm glad you could squeeze me in before your marathon. You know, good luck with that, sir. You stay hydrated. That sounds taxing. I'm assuming this is Riff, yes? Smash is doing well, thanks. Awesome. That's it. I'm out. Ryan, you have a wonderful day, sir. I appreciate you stopping by, man. I'm looking forward to seeing that Holy Diver cart whenever it comes in, man. I'm super pumped that I got the white one. A little poster would be nice inside. An empty case is uninviting. Not even art on the inside of a clear case. Yeah, that's the other thing like Owls will do. Like they make the reversible covers. Like that Binding of Isaac has a reversible cover. There's another one that I got that I think actually I don't know if Runner has it too. Yeah, it has a reversible cover. So whenever you could choose which version you like, the more stylized or the flatter version. Which, I mean, if you're going to go to the lengths of having a physical release, throw in some extra goodies in there, like an instruction booklet or something. I mean, I don't know. It's just one of those things. And I think it's just sad because I feel like, everything gaming is going so hardcore digital. And Jim, I did catch your thoughts on the PS4 Portable the other day, man, which I felt bad because I was driving and probably shouldn't have. But I was very interested in your thoughts about how we're probably not going to see a PS5 manifest necessarily, but we could see a portable PS4. And I like the idea because I love having the continuity. That was one of the reasons I bought Final Fantasy X and X-2 HD for the Vita and for the PS4 was so I could sort of have that cross save functionality. So to have that functionality available in a portable format for a PS4, I would be completely open to that idea. I would just be curious about what that's going to look like. Because like you said, if they're going to be, concentrating on digital services a lot more, or if that's Sony's plan, then I'm curious, like, are they going to start to increase the price of like a PlayStation Plus subscription, sort of the way Amazon regularly hikes its prices for, the benefits you get for Prime? So I like the idea. Feeling a bit under the weather, but gaming. Oh, right on, man. What are you playing? I mean, I'm sorry you feel bad. That sucks. I run 6 miles a day. I love running too much. Well, I'll have you know, sir, I walk at least 30 minutes a day. You're not the only one who knows how to do physical fitness, all right, Superhero Game Squad? I do some stuff. I walk to the local Taco Bell, and then I, cry into an enchilada. Superhero Game Squad, how are you? 6 miles, that's crazy. Run over to visit your player, too. That would be quite a run from, I think they're out in California to Ohio. I like the digital and know, let's see, I know how easy the stream is, but I don't want to think about what happens if it just went away. Oh, you mean physical games, Carly? Smash says, yeah, man, people think it's clickbait, but once it gets announced, oh, hey, look, I'm a genius, LOL. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm hoping that somebody doesn't feel like they were burned so hard by the Vita, but as I understand it, because I was talking to somebody the other day at GameStop, my buddy James over there, and I guess the Vita did extremely well in Japan, and my understanding is that a lot of people in the Japanese market are clamoring for a successor for the Vita, and he thinks that if they make enough noise, they'll get something over there that might get a limited release in the US, but oh man, it's depressing whenever I look and see like pictures of store shelves over in Japan, and they're just stocked with tons and tons of Vita games. And then I come here, and it's hard to find. I mean, when I went to Korg, only a few vendors even had Vita games, and nothing that I either didn't already have or that I was really after. But even if you go to like some of the big retailers, like a GameStop, most of the ones I go to around here, they'll have like 8 Vita games, and it's usually the ones that nobody's really crazy about, like Lego Harry Potter or that Little Deviants game, which is like $2 that nobody seems to like. Retro Hack, how goes it, man? And I can tell you that shipment's absolutely out, sir. It is in the mail this time, for real. George, what's up, dude? I was just hanging out with Muzz at Korgs. Were you holding down the shop, or are you at the shop right now over at L1? Playing Mario Tennis a lot on Switch this weekend, and also East 8 on Switch. That's a blast so far. Is that already out? I thought there was a physical version of that coming, Jeff. Hi, Carlsberg. Yeah, Vita killed it in Japan. Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, I'm glad to hear that it did so well in Japan. I don't know if like people here just didn't really care about the Vita or what happened. I've also heard things like Sony just didn't really put its full weight behind it in the US. I'm not really sure, but it's a system that I really enjoy, or at least I say that playing Persona 4 Gold. And it's weird. I thought about streaming Persona 4 later, but I didn't know if anybody would really care about that, because I've heard RPGs aren't the best to stream. Like I feel like Tarks could get away with it. I don't know if I could get away with it. But I do want to hook up the PS TV and actually try streaming some Vita games at some point. But I thought that was a really, really cool thing as well. Smash didn't see it as clickbait. It was a great video. Oh yeah, about the PS4 portable. Yeah, I mean I think people are quick to label everything clickbait. I think if you posit anything mildly interesting in a headline, a lot of people's knee-jerk reactions like that's just clickbait. I mean, if you're making videos on YouTube, or if you're putting content out in a creative way, you have a very small window of time to grab people's attention. I mean, it would be different like if you didn't deliver on the things that you claim, maybe. But I mean, just because you write an interesting title or something that's compelling, that's not necessarily clickbait. At the shop now, right on, man. How's it going over there? Is it busy today? Kind of slow? Same in the UK. Very rare to find many Vita titles in stores. Okay, well, I'm glad to hear. I mean, I'm not glad to hear. It sucks that you have to deal with it too. But I guess I am glad to hear that you also struggle across the pond. It's not just us in the US that struggle with finding physical Vita copies. Although they did have a Fate Extella Collector's Edition, but I don't know if I would like the game. I mean, from playing Hyrule Warriors the other day, and I think I'd mentioned in another stream, Jeff, the last time I played a game like that would have been Samurai Warriors on the PS2. But I still would still like to watch the Fate series, because Starlink Nova was telling me it was totally worth watching, and I haven't really dug into it yet. But it did look a really nice collector's edition. I just felt like maybe I shouldn't grab it. I don't know. Of course, I guess I could have applied that same logic to this to Senran, right? I mean, but this just seems so goofy and over the top. Like I just couldn't help myself. I got a review copy like 1 month before release. Didn't mean to brag, just very excited about it. LOL. Oh yeah, dude. Well, I mean, and that's the thing. Like, I've never played an Ys game, but I've heard they're amazing. I was talking to Sean about it the other day, and when I saw that one was coming to the Switch, because I know that I could go get it now, but I'd rather just hold off and actually get the Switch version, man. Especially if there's gonna be a physical copy. Off and on, a decent amount of people coming in from Korgs today. Oh, right on, right on. Yeah, because I swung by Warp Zone for a second, then it was like, we're at Korgs, and I was like, oh yeah, that's happening today. I've got the Fate Extella Collector's Edition, and you do recommend the game, right? Not another game collector? I've never played an easy... Okay, so you are enjoying it then. It's your first time. You also vouch for it, right? Steam games, the digital games, I've invested a pretty penny over the years, all from digital games I have. What happens if Steam just goes away? I have no game since it's not tangible. It's a good point. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know legally how that works, right? Because let's say Steam was going to go away and they were going to kill the servers or whatever. Like, I don't know what the original... I don't know if you get like a blanket license to use all of the software you get from Steam and it's just the EULA you have with Steam, or if every time you purchase a game, if that's technically a different EULA. So I don't know if all that went away, if there would be some way to just, download a local copy of everything and just hold on to it, and that would be the end of it, or if there would be some, grace period where they would slowly roll the servers off or something. But yeah, I mean, and that's something that really I think a lot of people worry about when it comes to just digital culture in general, right? I think that's always been a chief argument for physical media is, you get true ownership there, right? You're not purchasing a license which allows you the use of the product. You own that product. So, I'm curious to see how that will shake out as well. Although I don't see Steam going away anytime soon. But at one point, people didn't see MySpace going away anytime soon, right? And then Facebook ousted it. So kind of up in the air. This is great. I've got one of the Vita ones. I did see one of the Vita ones. Was it 7, not 8 on the Vita? Steam could never go away. Someone would take over, if anything. No way it would just be gone. That's a scary thought, though. Yeah, and I think that's one of the things that, and again, not just within the realm of video games, I think, so much of what we do is shifting to sort of digital or subscription or sharing-based models, even down to transportation when you think about things like Uber, and the fact that some cities have outsourced their public transportation, like buses, just to Uber, which is very, very weird. Especially as technology continues to advance over the next 20, 30 years, I think we're going to see some really weird stuff happening. I don't know that we'll have legislation in place to really keep pace with technology. Although I guess that's sort of always been the case, right? I mean, the courts can rarely keep up with, the rapid shifts in technology. They always come in after the fact. It's like, whenever you watch that congressional thing the other day with Mark Zuckerberg, and then, the people who were interviewing him didn't understand, like, why do I get ads for chocolate? Like, because you were Googling chocolate. That's why that happens. And they were like, how do you make money if the service is free? And it was just really sort of harrowing, I think, how out of touch they really were with the current state of the web. That's what Blockbuster said. Well played, Top Spot. Gotta go shop with Mom. Might stream tonight at 11. Keep being awesome, guys. Chris Levi, thanks for stopping by, man. You have a wonderful day, and hopefully I'll see you later, man. If you do stream later and I'm up, I'll see if I can swing by. I agree. I hope it goes on for the better. Steam really needs some kind of filtering. I'd love to be a part of that. But I don't know, Greenlight didn't work out, LOL. Yeah, and that's the thing. I'm only anecdotally familiar with Greenlight. Greenlight was a process by which, I think you and I had talked about this, Carly. Wasn't that where developers could basically get money for unfinished games, but then that sort of created a weird issue where some games were basically just perpetual vaporware that would basically accrue funds, but then never actually deliver a product? So true. While we're on the topic, good lord, the Switch eShop needs a complete overhaul. That's something that always bugged me too. Nintendo's only had, I don't know, 10, 15 years of having internet-capable hardware at this point. I mean, I don't know why Sony and Microsoft, and I would even say Microsoft did it better with Xbox Live Gold, at least initially. They've had all this time to sort of realize that you need a sound online infrastructure to kind of create compelling multiplayer experiences, or to try to get people sort of locked into your ecosystem or whatever. But it just seems like they just keep not nailing it. And the fact that I still have friend codes to contend with is sort of annoying. Although I will say, when they did that firmware update that allowed you to basically just friend people on Twitter on your Switch, I thought that was brilliant. I was so happy to see that. I got a whole bunch of new friend requests. I saw a bunch of you guys on it that I could send friend requests to. That was seamless and delightful. Agreed. So hard to find things on there. Yeah, it's not great browsing the eShop. I had to type in to find the Mario Tennis demo in 2018. Yeah, that should have been front and center, man. If they want to get people bumped, because that game's coming out, what, in is it the end of this month that comes out? That's early access here, Player 2, which is still a huge problem. Greenlight was in Greenlight. Developers can put up their game concepts, including screenshots, preview videos, and early builds, upon which community users can vote for these titles. Oh, okay, I gotcha. That's what I'm saying. Gamer Thumb, what's up, man? I didn't even see you come in, sir. You had to stream when I was at work and I had 4% battery on my phone. I'll join back in once I get home if you're still on. Right on, man. I appreciate you swinging in. You know, don't get fired at work. Don't screw around and watch streams. It's Mad News Bears. Just, you know, you can always catch it later. Or, you know, can just run through the game super fast, I guess, before your battery runs out. Dude, I watched and laughed at the Congress interviewing Zuckerberg. They were so clueless on a lot of what they were asking him and didn't understand his answers. See, I haven't watched it myself. I just heard a bunch of, because I mean, I work in IT, right? Like, and a bunch of the accounts that I work with were just all like just yucking it up about how funny it was watching it. And when they were kind of telling me some of the questions that were being asked and his responses, I was like, that is absolutely terrifying, because it's like, it's one of those situations, right? We're just stranger than fiction. And since that didn't work out, they do this now instead. Steam Direct, Valve's upcoming replacement for Steam Greenlight, will require a fee of just $100 for developers to publish their games on Steam. So I could see it being helpful for indie developers, but then at the same time, I could also see that as sort of like a gold rush opportunity for shovelware producers, I guess. Anyone could put their games on Steam as long as they pay. Yeah, right. Exactly. How was Corps? Corps was really great, man. It's not the biggest convention ever, right? This is not like a Wizard World or something. It was basically a small venue here, you know, down in Hilliard, Ohio. But it was really densely packed. There were a lot of good titles out there. I did not actually do a lot. I bought, how many games did I buy there? I bought 2 games there, which I'll talk about on an upcoming video. But what I didn't do was I didn't go out and buy a ton of you know, like SNES cartridges or stuff that I'd normally be keeping an eye out for. And the reason was simple, like, because I'm going to go to the Southeast Game Exchange here in like a couple months with Sean, you know, to go hang out with Nostalgia and everybody down there. I kind of want to like hold on to some dough just for that experience and see if I can get stuff while I was there, which probably doesn't make sense because then I have to get it back, you know, on a flight and everything, but whatever. I thought that was going to be a... well, the other thing, too, is at the Southeast Game Exchanges, I'm going to be there for 2 days, right? So I've got plenty of time to sort of peruse what's on offer, really think about the things that I want, stuff that I want to add to my collection. Whereas here, since it was sort of last minute, like I didn't even think I was going to make it to Corks today because I was, you know, stuck working this morning. But, you know, I only had like an hour or two before they were closing down because those cats were closing up shop at like 3:40. So by 4 o'clock, I mean, everything was kind of put away anyways. And I really didn't want to like rush a decision on certain games that I want. I did see some cool complete inbox stuff. Like there was a complete inbox, like original Castlevania. I was this close to getting Castlevania 3 on your recommendation, Jeff. But I was like, you know, I'll hold off for now and really think about the things that I really want in my collection. And I'll save it for the Southeast Game Exchange. I love small venue cons so much. I have to deal with SDCC, and that is just insane. I prefer one where you can actually comprehend what's going on. Yeah, I would agree, man. I mean, it's not that. Is there something like fun and magical about just a gigantor con with like tons of cosplayers everywhere, and it's basically just like a 24-hour party for 2 or 3 days? Absolutely. But you know, a smaller, more intimate con I tend to enjoy because it seems to be easier to talk with people. It seems to be easier to get to know people, to network and do things like that. You know, I do. It's just less chaotic, less stressful, less anxiety for me, actually. It is great for indie developers, double-edged because it's so open. Good titles get hidden by all the garbage. They have curators to help people, but nothing that stops these games from being offered. Right, and maybe that's their strategy here for addressing that problem, Carly, is maybe they're hoping that, you know, through curation or naturally through the community, just like, you know, sort of checking out demos or what's on offer there, that they can warn people. And, you know, I'm assuming they're hoping that the best quality content will just float to the top and be more visible in search results, and that kind of stuff will just naturally work itself out because of, you know, negative community feedback. George says, I heard there was a complete inbox, Little Samson, and a couple Dracula X. I did not see those, but then again, I got there late, so there's a good chance, or I could have just missed it. I did shoot a lot of cutaway footage when I was there because there were just so many cool things. Like there was like I saw like a Kid Dracula on Game Boy in person for the first time, and hold on, actually, I'll flip through some of my thumbnails to see. So I'm having a little trouble remembering. Let's see. Oh, somebody did have the Star Fox Super Weekend. Now it looks like it was in a. I don't know if that's a custom case or if the Star Fox Super Weekend cart was actually in a plastic case to begin with, because it was sort of a weird item. But they have there for $1,500. Like, there's definitely some expensive stuff there. I don't remember. I think this was a Darren's booth for Warp Zone. He had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters for the NES. That was like $150. Oh my gosh, that's so weird. No, there is a complete in-box Little Samson, and I actually did take video of it and somehow forgot that I had. I don't know if you can. You're probably not going to be able to see it very well, but you can sort of see it. I don't know if there's any way for me to block that off, but yes, I actually did see it, and apparently didn't even notice because I was just frantically running around trying to get footage. We have some small cons where I live. Do you find some good stuff there? Do you also appreciate the small con feel, Adrian? They should hire a group of professional gamers who are unbiased from companies and have an actual human curate the content on storefronts. Professional gamers. I mean, yeah. I mean, yes. I mean, maybe algorithmically they might be able to pull it off. I mean, Google does some pretty amazing things, although I'm doubting Steam has the same resources and reach as Google. But you know, I will agree that anytime you can add the human element into, you know, that sort of review process, I guess you're going to get better results than if you just have it, you know, sort of machine curated, I guess. Like how Nintendo Power had writers who would state their favorite games. Right. That's one thing that I wish I'd held on to. I had so many Nintendo Powers at one point, and I don't have them anymore. One day I would love to find all those again. Did you get the price for Little Samson? Let me check. I'll watch the video right now and see. Little Samson was... it's not even on there. It was right next to a complete in box Bonk's Adventure too. I think it does say that it has the book, though. Sorry, in the middle of that, Jason texted me to ask me if I would preheat the oven to 400 for him. I would assume he's going to be home soon and looking to cook something. Yeah, I can't find any of my Nintendo Powers either. So sad. It is. It's soul crushing, right? Because I spent so much. I mean, and that's the thing. I sort of miss the days when. Well, I mean, I guess it's not as old as Nintendo Power, but I did used to think it was pretty cool how there would be like. I'm trying to think like EGM, and there were other gaming magazines at the time that would include like demo discs, which was weird because then sometimes like those magazines would be like $10 or $15 to get, you know, essentially what you probably could have gotten a pretty decent pre-owned game for, but you would spend that just to get a demo disc. Dude, it's great to dip into stream, but got to shoot off. Driving to France in the morning, family holiday. Yeah, I have an awesome weekend, everyone. Dude, you have an awesome weekend too. Go chill out in France and have an amazing time, Chris. I appreciate you swinging by, and and congrats again on the new place. And I will absolutely check out your new gaming room video. Glad I could contribute to your crispy lighting addiction. So, what are you guys all getting into today? Anybody streaming anything, playing anything amazing? If I stream anything, it may be Burnout Paradise later. I'm going to leave the chat here. I'm going to go try to be a good best friend and roommate and preheat the oven to 400. Give me like 2 seconds. Okay. And grab the Red Bull, I forgot. Oak City, what's up, man? Hey, Josh, sorry I'm late. Oh, it's not a big deal, man. At all. I don't do a very good job of announcing these, and honestly, they don't really happen on a consistent basis because some Saturdays I just get super busy or I get stuck with a work thing like I did today, or impromptu trips to Korg's. I don't think he's coming back, guys. You just hear like some horrible thud and then just dead silence, and it becomes the opening to a really bad B-horror movie. Herb Wars, what's up? What's up? Oh, hey, what's up, man? How goes it? I think you've been in here before. I'm trying to remember, sir, but I hope you're having an amazing day. Oak City. Yes, I have my hands on Smoke and Sacrifice, which is an amazing RPG. Think Don't Starve meets RPG. Unforgiving, challenging combat, great story, excellent sound design, crafting, etc. But you like games that are unforgiving, right? Because you were the one who most freaked out whenever I got Darkest Dungeon for the Switch. which is another game that I want to play more of. Sub Oak City, this is my 4th time here. That's incredibly specific, man. Well, I'm glad you're here. Otherwise, I've been playing Frederick's Resurrection of Music, which is what I sent you via Twitter. It's the rhythm game, comical fun, etc. Right on. Well, and that's the thing, like with the new streaming setup over there. Oh, actually, there was one more thing that I picked up that I forgot about, but it's not a game. It's another Logitech C920 because I really dig this webcam. And the thing is, I wouldn't have bought a second one because that would be patently absurd because they are fairly expensive at like 70, 80 bucks. But for some reason, Best Buy was selling them off at 20, I think 25 bucks the other day. And Sean sent me a link to it, and they must have gone quick because I picked one for in-store pickup, and then they had to send me an email saying like, actually, this isn't going to be ready for you. We'll let you know if we have to give you your money back because we're trying to find it. And then it showed up like a week and a half later. So the reason I wanted a second one was basically so I could set up that old streaming station, the one that I did here to the left of me, because sometimes if it's just me, it is sort of easier to be at a desk, and if I want to capture footage and everything well, it's easier to do over here next to the Mac where I do most of my editing. So I thought that way I wouldn't have to keep basically unwiring a very complicated setup where the webcam is for couch streaming and keep bringing it back over here. And it was easier just to get a second one, which I wouldn't have done it. I would have actually, preferred just to move the webcam back and forth. But when this, which when I bought it was 70 or 80 bucks or whatever it was like 20. Yeah, that was not bad. I tried to get a second one and they sold out. Nice webcam. Yeah, dude, it's solid, man. I enjoy it. Goblin, what's up, dude? How you doing? Has anyone else been playing Pokemon Quest? No, not even a little bit. Although I did think it was very interesting what they're doing with Pokemon between the Switch and Pokemon Go. I think it's kind of awesome, and it's weird because I think hardcore Pokemon fans, which I am not, because I had not played really or beaten one since the original like Red, and then I basically kept buying Pokemon games and sort of getting like an hour or two and it would be like, I'm totally gonna finish this, and then just set it over there, becomes basically victim of the backlog. But I like the idea of a simpler, more approachable Pokemon experience for the Switch because I feel like each game has added so many different features and things that I've grown increasingly distant from and unfamiliar with that to kind of have sort of, I mean, it's not really a reboot, I guess, but I guess sort of a more casual starting point for me. I think it's great. And that controller looks super adorable. Later, guys. Oh, Smash, thanks for stopping by, man. Enjoy your day. I'm glad you also are sad that you don't have any Nintendo powers left, but I hope you feel better too, man. Take care. I tend to do well with games with fine attention to detail. Management games and stuff tend to me well. Strategy management, inventory management to survive, etc. Right on. I usually am too scatterbrained for those games, although there are exceptions to that rule where I will get very nuanced and into it, and I'm hoping Darkest Dungeon is one of them because I really enjoy what I played of it. Benwell Carlsberg and you, OK Strange. Lots of smileys from Goblin and laughy faces, which is great. Tried to boot up the original Blue Dead Battery Pokemon Genocide. Ouch. I'm sorry to hear that, Top Spot. Retro says, just picked up Tokyo Mirage Sessions on Wii U and Yaba Ninja Gaiden Z at FYE that's closing down on my local mall for 14 bucks. Oh, right on, man. Like, it wasn't FYE. There was I can't remember what it was. There was a chain, like a Columbia House or like some sort of like just a generic sort of multimedia chain. And they closed down here like a few years ago and they had a lot of good deals on games. They just started clearing out inventory. Right now it's Toys R Us, right? Like, everyone around here keeps hitting me up like, they're doing 50% off Switch stuff. All the good stuff's going to go check it out. I just haven't done it. Uncle Strange, hey, how are you today? Sup, Uncle? Media Play? Yes, Media Play. Thank you, George. I could not remember the name of it to save my life. I found a free box for PS2. What, you mean just like an original box that like the PS2 unit came in, you mean? Because that's great. And it was weird. I was in my garage earlier. I still have my Wii U box, but not the Wii U. So it's all right, I guess. My Toys R Us is at 60% off. Oh, nice, Retro. Oh, it has all the styrofoam and everything included in it for the PS2, you mean, Oak City? That's pretty great. Yeah, I have a PS2 Slim, and then right now, Muzz was kind enough to let me borrow the 60 gig PS3, hardware backward compatible. But then actually, my mom in yard sale, right? No, I'm sorry, through a friend she had, found a PS3 that was backward compatible. I think it's an 80 gig, 4 ports on the front, so it should be backward compatible. And that I think it came with a few controllers, a few different games, and they wanted like $100 for it. And I was like, that's fine, because usually if you want to get a backward compatible PS3, they're like 120, I think 120 up to 160, depending on what kind of shape it's in, if it's an original 60 gig or not. Styrofoam, yes. Nice priorities, Josh. Wait, what did I say? I don't remember now. It's all gone already, but you can replace the battery and start over. Wait, I feel like I just completely missed something here. Are we talking about? Nice. Sorry. Priorities and you keeping the Wii box over the Wii. Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't know why, but I suppose whenever I get around to reacquiring a Wii U, at least I'll have the box for it. So that's something, I guess. So I definitely want to play some stuff tonight, but the basement is an absolute mess, basically from scripting new stuff and shooting it, and I still got more stuff to shoot. And it's probably going to take me a good chunk of either late night tonight, or if I want to chew up an entire day of my weekend tomorrow to get most of it done, because I'm a little bit behind on the schedule. But I've got some fun stuff coming out. Some stuff rooted in the PSP and the Vita, and more tips and stuff for Mondays, which is pretty great. I think you'll like it. If you run a YouTube channel, you'll like it. If you're just a gamer, you may not. And that still tends to be something where I'm trying to refine my own focus that I haven't 100% sorted out. Is, am I technically a gaming channel, or am I simply a gamer with a channel? Not real sure on that. So I'm still trying to refine content and still get that figured out myself. But there's also a good chance that I'm just overanalyzing things, because I am prone to sort of, overanalysis. Priorities, keeping the week. Goblin says, did you lose weight? It's weird that you mentioned that, because I actually gained weight over the past 6 weeks. I actually put on like 8 or 9 pounds, and then I started taking it back off because I started going to the gym again, which is something else I have to do today. I need to get back to the gym, because apparently when you just neglect going to the gym and then you eat whatever you want for like 2 or 3 weeks because you're like, I'm on vacation and I earned this Sunday, things go south pretty quick. So actually I have lost weight compared to what I was about a year and a half ago. I was like 195, close to 200 pounds. Now I'm like 175. So I've lost about 20 pounds. My goal is to get down to the 150s, 160s by the time summer's over. We'll see if that works. George Dunn, I've watched the tutorials, but low priority right now. Oh, I'm sorry. You were talking about Pokemon a second ago, George. I was very confused. They're going to pair you with that box. I think he has. He's been hitting the gym, I think. Yeah, I mean, and that's my normal, and that's, I like the idea of getting up early. Conceptually, it's very great, because most of the world is still asleep. You can sort of focus, you can get a lot done for me before I have to go to the day job, which is awesome. Because then, when I get to the day job, I can think about the thing that I really love doing, which is this stuff, streaming and creating content here on YouTube. But the problem is I'm wired to be a night owl. So if you love early rising, but you're fundamentally wired to stay up late, that's a horrible combination. And that's probably the reason that, I immerse myself in so much caffeine and whatnot. But, my general routine is to get up about 5:30 in the morning, go to the gym, walk for about a half hour, 45 minutes. And the reason I walk, it's not that I can't run. It's just that walking is easier, because then I can screw around on Twitter while I do it. That's why, if you guys notice, you tend to get like a flood of replies and likes from me right around 5:30, 6 in the morning. So that's the best time that I have to do it. And then I come back, get ready for work, make breakfast, and then I try to watch other people's YouTube videos in the mornings before I go to work. But it's right now, since I've been behind on my production schedule, I've had to use some of that time to sort of script things out, do editing. And I can't stand it, because I feel like traitorous swine whenever I don't get a chance to watch your guys' videos with the regularity that I've become accustomed to over the prior 2 or 3 months. So then I go to work, and then I come home, and then I either work on stuff, or I stream, or occasionally a friend will be like, why don't you chill out and just come hang out? And then I have to remember to, unplug a little bit. Goblin says, how tall are you? I think I'm 5'8". I think that's what's on my driver's license. Europlayer 2 makes sense. for you to be thinking about that. I thought a couple days ago about your focus and aim, who your target audience is because of your content. Right. And you know, my target audience, what I would like it to be are other, you know, basically gamers who have YouTube channels. So maybe it isn't necessarily that everybody has to run a pure gaming channel. Maybe technically anybody could benefit from it, but I like to look at it from a video game perspective because that's the content I want to, it's the content I love to watch, right? So I feel like if I create content that helps people create more of that, I mean, maybe it's sort of self-serving in a way, I guess, because I want to see, you know, tons of people create amazing content for, you know, that is to run the thing that I love. You know, it's basically my favorite hobby in the world. But, you know, I don't have all of it figured out yet. I mean, I like offering advice and doing what I can with those Monday tips videos. But, you know, if not just me, but I guess if anybody sat here and told you, they're like, well, I just have a silver bullet for all of your success on YouTube and everything you need to know to do with your game channel forever. That's not true. Nobody has a silver bullet answer. I've seen people who just stumbled into massive success on YouTube, and then I've seen people who create amazing things that struggle for years. And I guess that's one of the things that really frustrates me is I don't like seeing people who are very passionate about something, you know, try to get to where they're going and then not really know how to get there. And sometimes I can see obvious things where I'm like, hey, you should try changing this, or maybe you should consider, you know, adjusting your strategy in this direction. But you know, nobody has all the answers, I guess. Tyler, hi Josh, I love playing with my phone during cardio, right? It's the only thing that makes cardio bearable, right? Because the only cardio I would do otherwise would be the kind that would be like fleeing for my life from like an apocalypse. I'm guessing Josh is 5'8". 150 is light. Yeah, 150 may be light, but for me, 200 certainly felt heavy. Like I did not feel good, and I was like, you know, and that's the thing. Well, I'm not a health coach. That's what my mom does. She could probably talk to it more intelligently than I can. But yeah, I know everybody's, you know, body and metabolism is different. Everybody's comfort level is different. But for me, it was just I didn't like the way that I really looked and felt. If you looked at some of those older videos, like I go back and look at some of those videos, and I'm like, man, I was a little bit heavier. But you know, it's just one of those things where I don't really do anything amazing to try to lose weight. I just walk for 30 minutes a day, and then I use MyFitnessPal to eat less calories than it takes to burn a pound of fat a week. Cool ass Robert Payne in the house. What's up, dude? You are taller than Tom Cruise. I'm also prettier than Tom Cruise, if we're being honest, Tyler. No, I'm kidding. Despite his asymmetry, he's very pretty. Hey, Retro Hack. Hey, cool ass Robert. Hi, Rec. Rob O. Hi, Carlsberg. Tyler. Hey, Tyler. It's weird because I always like try to get very focused on what the chat's doing, and then sometimes I pick a time when it's just a million people greeting each other, and I'm like, that's probably pretty annoying. Oh, wait, I missed what Carly said. Yes, I am with you 100%. You're a player too. I'm a night owl, but when I was in the workforce, I loved early mornings to get that shit done and have a whole day to enjoy it. Right. And it's weird because I like it on the weekends too. Like I love getting up at like 5 in the morning on a Saturday, and I will just like I'll clean. Okay. The oven's ready, but Jason's not here, so I guess, you know, there's a small fire hazard right now. But no, like even like a Saturday like today, like I love getting up at like 5 in the morning and then, you know, doing laundry, cleaning my house, going to get groceries and get all that stuff out of the way. Because then I feel like it's just, you know, it's just a lot nicer to sort of enjoy the rest of my weekend. Or if I'm going to shoot, like, you know, do stuff down here, then everything's sort of already ready to go. I can lay out like shirts for shooting and make sure the lighting's set up, you know, batteries are charged, that kind of thing. My mom says most people are taller than Tom Cruise. LOL. Yeah, they are. Good call, Mom. You're a player too. I don't find it annoying when I hear you saying people's greetings. I just think about how awesome and nice the community is. It is an amazing community. And, you know, again, like it's one of those things like, yes, I'm on a mission for growth on YouTube, but at the same time, terrified of the challenge that will present one day. And I don't want to lose touch with, you know, this amazing community of people. Right. And it's weird because at some point you're responding to every comment or, you know, responding to every tweet and everything becomes unsustainable. And I don't have the answer to that yet. But, you know, for right now, it's amazing. And I wouldn't trade it for anything. This has absolutely been one of the best years of my life in terms of, you know, actually feeling good about my creative output and actually creating something because for the first time ever, I've been able to connect with other people who sort of, you know, have those same aspirations. They have those same struggles, those same questions, those same self-doubts, all those things. And then to connect with a community of people like that is incredibly fulfilling. That is to say, you guys. Your kitchen slave is gone, you poor man. LOL burns, Zubalisa. I feel like a giant. I'm 6'3". I mean, well. It's funny. Like Corey, he's usually hanging out on here as Arcana Sanctum. That cat's like 6'4", 6'5", or something ridiculous, and I call him the Corlossus. Like, I don't know. Like Jason, how tall are you? Also, welcome home.
I'm 5'11".
He's 5'11 and a half. What's it like being that tall? Is it nice? I really appreciate you getting stuff off the high shelves for me. He's a good dude. Carly says Jason, but she says it in the Heavy Rain way that you won't understand the reference. She just says hi. That's what she says. He says hi. Oh, I missed it. No, sir, you didn't, because I can easily put these games back up. That Game Collector, thank you for coming, and thank you for all of the amazing games that you have provided me with, sir. These are almost entirely new to me, and I was particularly happy to have what I understand is an amazing port of Doom. And I felt so super old because, hold on a second. Where is it? I feel like I don't know what cartoon this is from, and I can't even tell if the cartoon name is in here because I was not watching Nickelodeon at this point in my life, sir. And you did send me a lot of extreme sports games, which I appreciate because I was a Tony Hawk fan. Well, before I wasn't. But back then I was, and since these games are from the same era, I assume it's going to go very well. Carly wants you to play Heavy Rain, Jason.
What's that?
It's a game where, how would you explain Heavy Rain? I mean, it's a quick time simulator with a story and a mystery to solve, kind of, and the death of a kid named Jason. No, she didn't mean it like that. She's not being like weird about it. Nobody wants you dead. It's from Rocket. Okay, so the name of the show was Rocket Power because the art style looks so much like Real Monsters, and I was like, did I completely forget about this from Real Monsters right now? Did they have some weird extreme sports spinoff? Because I'm 100. Looks like Rugrats or Thornberries. Yeah, same style also. Now Rugrats, that I get, sir. So much so that whenever they release Reptar bars, they completely cater to my demographic, and I bought one immediately. She says it's where you're playing a game where your son is kidnapped and you need to save your son, Heavy Rain. He will forever and for always hear his name, Jason. It's good fun. Very dramatic. Cinematic, she says. Jason says cool. Same animation company. Okay, well, that explains the aesthetic similarities then. Thank you, Topspot. Just picked that up on PS3. Yeah, I actually picked it up on PS3 as well, but it's weird because I thought there was like a physical combo, and apparently it's only in the UK, so you can't get it here, I guess. But they did like a PS4 physical of Beyond Two Souls and Heavy Rain, like a combo. I would love to have that, but I don't think I'm going to roll into a GameStop and find it. It's probably really expensive. Now I'm still waiting for you to spoil what you're sending me. No, I will not spoil it. I talked about that earlier. I'm sending you something great that I think you're going to like. Hope you're going to like. And you'll have to let me know, man, but I promise it's good. And I think you don't have it. We'll find out. Topspot says spoilers. That was Carly. You can't even pin that on me. And that's the thing. She gets a free pass for spoilers because she shut everybody down for Infinity War spoilers on that horrible, horrible stream where we thought it would be a good idea to play Genesis games, which was essentially the same thing, or Genesis Marvel games, which really what we said was we just put up a giant target on our backs to say, hey, come spoil Infinity War for a bunch of people, you horrible trolls. And they absolutely tried to. Josh just received the package you sent. Thanks. Oh, hey, awesome. Jason, he got it. Retrohead got the package. Awesome. Enjoy that, sir. Hey, Alex. Hey, Steve. Carlos says, what? I didn't spoil. She didn't want me to spoil Heavy Rain. I totally can spoil the twist. Don't, because I haven't played it in so long that it won't be a spoiler, or it would be a spoiler for me because I've forgotten what happens in the game, even though I beat it. Play the game, son. Yes. I'll be sending out yours on Monday. Oh, thanks, dude. Yes, I will be looking forward to that, but I won't spoil what you're sending here, although I think I know what you're saying. I know at least one thing you're sending, I believe. And I do appreciate it, man. Very cool. Has anybody here seen the trailer for the movie Upgrade? Because that's what I'm going to go see with my buddy Ben tomorrow night, and it looks like a lot of fun. Jason, have you seen the trailer for Upgrade? I'm going to show you in a little bit. I think you're going to want to see it. It looks bonkers. If you haven't, everybody here should go look at the trailer for Upgrade because it looks magical. I'm trying to figure out if I am going to play something and relax later, if I was going to do like just chill out and play a particular game for the stream. I don't know if I want to do like a Switch game like Owlboy, or if I should do something just like that's stupid and fun like Burnout Paradise or Senran Kagura Peach Beach Splash, which if that's your thing, I can do it. But I feel like it would be more fun with Sean here. But it does come with a lot of cool goodies. Actually, I probably should have shown the back of the box. Hey, does everything show up backwards on the stream right now, or is it showing up correctly? Just curious. Watching the trailer, never heard of it before. It does look cool, right? It looks like just an off-the-wall, adrenaline-fueled action sci-fi comedy-ish, sort of. But super bloody and violent. Upgrade looks awesome. Yeah, dude, it does. And I can't wait to watch it. I was actually surprised. Ben called me earlier and was like, we were talking about hanging out at some point this weekend. I told him tomorrow would be better because that's the thing with the thing that I worked on earlier for the day job. They could theoretically call back and bomb in on my evening anytime they want and kind of mess things up. So I was like, I'll try to stay close to home after I make one trip out to get some food, but turn into a cork strip. But, like when I found out he hadn't seen Upgrade either, I was like, yes, that is exactly what I want to see this weekend. Plus, I've got a movie pass, right? And with movie pass, going to see movies in theaters becomes, much more cost effective because for $10 a month, you can see infinite movies. Well, kind of. Upgrade looks so good. Upgrade looks awesome. Yeah, cannot wait. It's getting real in this trailer. I see what you're saying. Comedy and bloody. That's right up my alley. Yeah, right? I don't know. It's not Shaun of the Dead comedy necessarily. Oh, maybe a little bit. But I'm trying to remember how bloody Shaun of the Dead really was. I don't think it was super gory, was it? I don't know. Should go back and watch it again soon. It is one of my favorite films. I'd like to see it, but I pay for a kid and the games. Hey, that game collector. Right. And games. And that's the thing. Of all the YouTube channels you could try to run, like a video game channel can be pretty stupidly expensive unless you hit up a lot of deals. Which is what I do constantly. Usually what I'll do is I'll try to wait for some games to basically just go on sale. Like Burnout Paradise, I had a feeling it might, and when it gets out like 15, that's more palpable than I think the 40 or 50 or whatever it was going for originally. This is not Josh. I'm not your player 2, LOL. The end was. I rarely get new games, man. Yeah, it just depends. I mean, sometimes whenever I got those crazy big sort of pickup streams, usually that's just because of stuff that I've traded with Sean. I was so pumped whenever he had what was it? Oh, that Persona 5, he didn't want that Steelbook edition. And that's the thing, Carly, it blew my mind. Wait, Carly, did you play Persona 3? Because I don't want to spoil anything if not, or if you had planned to. I can never tell when it's a 2 or people channel. 2 or more people. Oh, right. I know what you mean. Okay, so, and I won't spoil anything for Persona 4 here, I think. But so something really amazing happened, I thought. So right now I'm about 30 hours into that game, and I think I'm getting into September in terms of the in-game time, Carly. And I just got to a part where all the kids are at school, and they were like, hey, we're going on that school trip next week to that man-made island with that private school. And I had started Persona 3, and I never finished it because I lost the card I had with the save on it, which was soul crushing because I put a good chunk of time into that, and I couldn't remember it very well. But as soon as they said that, I was like, wait a minute. I was like, are they gonna go to what was the setting for Persona 3? And I think that's what's about to happen. So if you want some context for exactly where I'm at in Persona 4, that's about it. And I'm having a really good time with it. That's why I always try to act accordingly for both of us, or just say it's who it is. I gotcha. That game's bomb. Yeah, I don't know how much further I am from the end. Kawhi Lola was in here, I think last week, and she said, I think She beat it in like 50-ish hours. You know, the fact that I'm passing the 30 mark, I'm hoping that I'm more than halfway. I'm not really rushing though, but I'm not leisurely paced, but I'm not rushing. I'm somewhere in the middle. Like some of the dialogue, I'll tab through pretty quickly, but I'm not really using like the fast forward feature on the Vita version where it skips through everything at lightning speed or anything. It's like, you know, I do want to understand the characters and the story more. So what's the last game that everybody played? I'm just curious because, you know, for me, the last thing that I played, I would like to stop telling you guys every week I'm playing Persona 4 because it's going to get super old. But I will tell you, of all the games that I picked up that I'm most interested to play today of the new stuff, I really want to play Owlboy because I feel like what I saw from the trailer and the music and everything, like these characters just look bonkers. And I really like the art style here a lot. So there's a good chance this will be something that I pop in later. Well, and 7 Days to Die, I should say that, but that not really as a single player affair, Adrian. I want to play that with you because you are why I bought the game, sir. Bloodstained. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, because I'm sorry, Gamer Thumb TV did that last night. He beat it on Veteran Nightmare mode, and the ending was amazing. I won't spoil it here. You can check it out on. Well, I think he said he was going to publish that stream on Monday, so you could watch it there if you wanted to, but. I only played it on baby mode, and it was still an enjoyable time, but watching him beat it on the hardest difficulty was pretty great, and the extra ending you get is curious. Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2, which I've never played Baldur's Gate, ever. The Order 1886, I have played Retrohack, and it's good. It's just so super short, like comically short for what it is. But I will say, it is a breathtaking game visually. I streamed it right after him, LOL, but on baby mode. Right. See, that's what there's no shame in it. Baby mode's fine, Goblin. Don't feel bad. That's what I did. Smoke and Sacrifice, you play a mother who lives... oh, yeah, you did mention that earlier, Carly. A mother who lives in a place where they go through the rite of the first one, where her first child is sacrificed to smoke gods to learn he's alive in the smoke realm. Good lord, that sounds like an amazing setup, if not faintly reminiscent of the show Lost. Kinda. You throw in some Sophie's Choice. Yeah, I should probably go ahead and grab that demo. Actually, I'll do that now while I'm thinking about it. And hopefully it won't tank the stream or anything. I do think, I thought Smash was right earlier. Like, Nintendo really does still have some work to get done with their online interface, but I still have to say, like, this is absolutely my favorite system of this generation. Is this followed closely by the PS4, and then the Xbox is at a distant third. Did I ever play the Lost game? Briefly, and I was not very impressed. It felt like a Lost game, you know what I mean? Anyone like Street Fighter Anniversary? My PS4 tag is Beer Dog Food. I'm Spin Doctor on there. I will add you immediately, Tyler. Give me a second. Well, actually, I'll do it on the PSN app. Apparently my mom texted me in the middle of the stream and I missed it. She was like, I found you those games today. Like, yes, she did. Hold on. PlayStation. 1 second, Tyler. I'm getting there. It's good because yeah, I remember being bad. Hold on. Friends? Where are the friends? I don't know. Communities? No. How do I just add a friend? Oh, there we go. Oh, I have some requests here, actually. I don't know who they are, though. Beer. Wait, where is it? Beer Dog Food. There you are. Tylord, I'm sending you a request now. Add an optional message. It's your player too, because I can't change my name. Or just Josh is fine. Close friend request. Are we close friends, sir? I guess I'm going to find out in a second. Thanks, Josh. Oh, yeah, it's no problem, man. Because if you have 7 Days to Die, you could play with Adrian and I tomorrow. Oh, and also, I do have Street Fighter Anniversary, but I don't have it for the PS4, so sorry, Tyler. But I do have many other games for the PS4, so I'm sure we could find something. Overstepping the friend line, right? I'm gonna track him down on Facebook and send him a very uncomfortable relationship request, and we'll see how much you like this channel, Tyler. That would be awesome. Yeah, it would be awesome, man. And that's the thing. Again, that's what Wayback Wednesday is going to start becoming. It's going to be like Let's Play Wednesdays, except not like the traditional Let's Play where it's like I play a game and you watch me play the game, but rather as all the people in this chat, if anybody has the games that they get played on that, or if you have suggestions for games that you want to play that a bunch of us have, I think that would be awesome because I think for me it seemed to provide more value, right? I'm not great at Genesis games, but I can absolutely talk to you while we play some Mario Kart, and I thought that would be a better value proposition than just watching me fumble through things and missing the basic functionality of games that I did not grow up with in my youth. Well, actually, and this might be helpful. Oh, can everybody say in the chat right now what your platform of choice is? Like, where do you spend the most time? Like, or I guess on what platforms do you play online? Like, whether that's PS4, PC, Xbox, Ouya. No, I'm just kidding. None of you guys know Ouya. Probably. You and Steve revealed your real names to each other. Feels good. PS4 currently. Okay. PS4. And that's the thing, I think that really is the favored console of this generation. I think people just really, really like the staggering amount of exclusives it has compared to the Xbox. Multi-platform, yes, even Ouya. All right, Top Spot, look at you. Fancy. I don't have an Ouya. Oh, I suppose you could have gotten really loose. Be like, I only play Virtual Boy games, thanks. If you want to play Tolero Boxer, give me a call. Multi-platform, Cool Ass Robert Payne, message retracted. Top Spot. Oh, right, the demo. Wipe2 PlayStation app says we have become close friends. I saw that. That notification made me happy. 360 and Xbox One, right on, Cool Ass Robert Payne. And I don't know if I think most of the people in here are on Twitter, but I think my DMs are open. If not, let me know and I can fix that. But yeah, if anybody wants to be friends on there or something, please hit me up. And whenever we do stuff on Wednesdays, we can try to rotate platforms every week or something. Maybe I'm gonna admit I didn't think this plan through and all the way. I was just like, that sounds like a much better idea. Let's just do it. And I didn't really think through all the full ramifications of it. But I think it would be, very fun because even just like that small amount of time last weekend where I played Splatoon 2 with Russ, I was like, that's awesome. And that's way more valuable for this channel and more valuable for you guys, I think, because it'll be, less, sad flailing around and losing a lot. But then also it's sort of a better way for me to connect with other creators too, which I thought would be more fun. So, okay, Mario. Oh man, this is tedious. Can I just search for the word tennis? Mario Tennis Aces pre-launch online tournament free download. Okay, I got it. Continue shopping. Steve, add me. I'll be getting it tomorrow on PS4. That Game Collector, I don't know if we're friends on PS4. Are we? We're friends on Xbox, I think. Red Thunder 23 is my PS. Yes, I have you on there, not another Game Collector. Oh, you're telling other people. Josh, do you have a PS2? I do have a PS2. Although I'll probably be playing almost everything on the PS3, I would guess. Because HDMI. Speaking of which, that was another cool thing that I saw at Corey's, actually, is they had a guy there who, I guess he would be similar to Rocker Gaming in terms of, like, he could do hardware mods and everything, but he had a very reasonable sort of price sheet where he was basically offering to mod consoles for RGB functionality or to add HDMI outputs to them. And he's a local guy, so I'm gonna hit him up and see if he'd be willing to sit down for an interview at some point, and I would like to know more about his work. I'd still like to go to Chicago and hang out with Rocker Gaming and Super Nick though. So letting other people know if they want a friend request. Yeah, I'm slow on the uptake, man. I haven't had enough of these Red Bulls, Adrian. You could briefly see the Ouya and online micro console on that living room video of mine you watched. Oh my gosh. I wonder if I just totally looked past it there. I probably just didn't remember, man. I apologize. I prefer the PS4 this gen. It's almost a tie for me, man. Like between the Switch and the PS4, the Switch only gets a slight edge because even though I know its graphics and library are demonstrably or just not as great as the PS4, that pure flexibility of being able to take it on the go puts it over the top for me because I want that experience on the go. And if Smash is correct and they actually do a portable PS4, I'll be first in line for that system because I would love to play some of the PS4 exclusives on the go. But I do think his assertion is probably correct. I think Sony will forgo physical media of any kind and try to make it a digital-only console, which will... would that make it the first console that doesn't accept any kind of cartridge? I don't know. No, because I think, was it the Razer Shield or something? That can't be right. But it would be interesting to see somebody as big as Sony try to go that route and do a download-only console. I would be curious to see how it performs. I would be saddened by that, though, because I like my physical games, but we'll see. Xbox rules. What did you just say? Xbox rules in the O'Doyle rules voice? Because that would be perfect. We are. My name is in the comments. Oh, okay, cool. Portable PS4, I would buy. It would be hard not to. Boo, PS4 stinky. PSP Go is digital. Oh, yeah. You know what? You're right. And that's so dumb. I've been doing all this content. Or I've been working on it. Well, not a ton, but a little bit of content. Specifically about the PSP Go. Because Adrian basically forced an appreciation for this system for me. I totally didn't even think about it. Oh, and it's you who said that. I should pay more attention whenever I start going off on wild tangents, Adrian. No way in hell could Sony cram a PS4 into a handheld. The heat output and battery drain would be too much. Sony already did an all-digital console, PSP. Right. Although I love the Vita. I also love the Vita. It's awesome. I'm glad you got one. Yeah, dude, it's super good. And it's just... Oh, and that's the other thing, too, Adrian, as I do mention, and I have I think I have 2 videos that I did about this. They're not going out yet, but I basically direct some people over to your channel because I know that you said you were going to do some more tutorial stuff, and that may end up sort of being a hallmark of this channel is me basically being like, this is really neat, but all I can do is give you a sampler of this kind of cool thing. Go check out this channel because they do a deep dive into the sector that you may be interested in. Which is weird because that was the very thing that I wanted to get away from with Geeks Podcast, whereas I felt, content was too fragmented, both from a format and from a, I guess a niche perspective. But it's so weird because even within the gaming community, there are tons of different types of videos, tons of different types of gamers or video game YouTubers that run the gamut in terms of, what they have on offer on their channels. So that's, that's something that I'm still trying to figure out for myself. But I really like, basically seeing all of the, well, I mean, I guess a lot of you guys thrive in the way that you do different things as well, in terms of gravitating to certain aspects of video game culture. Like maybe you do a historical deep dive into a series, or maybe you do a pickups video, or maybe you do vlogs, whatever it is. I like that there's still a lot of room to niche down even within gaming. It gives me hope for the future because I hope for this channel to be, very successful, or at least, successful enough that I can support myself one day with it. But baby steps. Like Curse of the Moon's baby mode, just in real life. PSP Go is the best emulator handheld. Hard to disagree with that. Yes, I will be. I'm learning how to edit my vids. Right on, man. If you need any help, let me know. I'll offer whatever I can. I tend to edit in Final Cut, but most nonlinear editing systems have essentially the same core functionality, just with some differences in bells and whistles most of the time. What video editor do you have? Oh, yeah. That is an excellent question. So I'm going to take this wristband off. And I'm going to see if this demo's done downloading yet. Wow, that was actually pretty quick. So, all right. Well, guys, I think I'm going to get off here and go figure out something to eat myself. It's probably getting close to dinner time, and I'm going to clean up a little bit. I may stream here after a while. We'll see. But thank you guys so much for coming out. I hope you guys enjoyed checking out this week's pickups and everything. If there's anything particular you would like to see on these streams or any streams or content moving forward, please let me know, as I certainly take that into consideration and do what I can to put out stuff that you like. So hope you guys all have an amazing day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and take care.